I don't think I appreciate
I am smarter than the computer. And that's how we're going to start episode 6 commentary.
I'm smarter than the computer. Fadeable.
Okay. Welcome to episode 6. I'm Becky. I am the creator writer. I don't even know what else at this point. We've got Meghan here. She's one of our actors. We've got Emily, also one of our cast, and a bunch of other things as well. We've got Dan, who's one of our cast. Sarah as well, also one of our actors, and Jessi, who is one of our actors as well. And with that, let's go ahead. We're going to get started. Maybe we'll get started. It's thinking about life. There it goes. Your intelligence was wrong.
My intelligence is never wrong.
Theta 4.
This assassin is good. But he's got to make a mistake sooner or later.
What makes you think it's a he?
Because assassins are usually male.
If I were you, I wouldn't tie myself to that assumption.
That's not an assumption, that's a fact.
Women have proven to be better than men in most fields. What makes you think assassination isn't one of them?
Because none have been caught.
What if they're so good, that's why they've never been caught?
Well, that's an interesting hypothesis.
You know what, why don't you mosey on back to your little spaceship and do whatever you're gonna do without my help?
Renee. Renee!
Don't let the door hit you on the way.
Have you heard from Adrian since he got settled? He hasn't been taking my calls.
He hasn't taken mine in months.
Well, how are things planetside?
The data has proved to be quite interesting.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
You should come down here and look at some of these results.
Yeah, I'll pass, but maybe dinner tomorrow night?
It's a date.
Captain Lucas! Hey, it's been so long! How long has it been since we've seen each other?
So long.
No, but that's because someone didn't keep in touch.
Been busy.
Haven't we all? The Iliad has been undergoing a refit of a few key systems.
Renee, sweetheart! Oh,
This is Captain Adams of the Iliad.
Oh, Captain Adams. I call her Sullivan.
Sullivan, how do
Nice to
you
meet
two know each other?
We met when he captained his ship into an ion storm.
Storm came out of nowhere, just like our relationship.
They usually do.
He was on his way to Theta 4.
Yeah. She rescued me, and our life has been a adventure ever since. Oh, Cupcake, we should get going. We're gonna be late.
We'll have to catch up another time.
Great seeing you, Captain.
See you later.
I didn't ask for your help.
How about thank you?
You can sit here and play. I don't know what to.
Yeah, about that.
No, about that. You go play with your fancy computer terminal. I've got work to do.
It's really cool to read it.
Still don't care.
Hey, James.
Did you talk with her?
I didn't get the chance. Now I'm signed up for this course tomorrow.
Yeah, cheer up. Maybe you'll end up on the same team. That way you'll have plenty of time to talk with her.
I don't know. I might just go and unsign myself up for this. I'm not as fit as I used to be.
You'll do fine, buddy. Regular?
Hit me, James.
One virgin sex on the beach coming right up.
Rock, paper, scissors. And Mom wins cookie sugar.
What do you want? No. Don't tell me you just did what I thought you did.
Okay.
Captain Lucas! Captain Sullivan, perhaps you could let Captain Lucas know I've got the word.
I'll let her know. I got a few words in my hand.
Captain Michaels, what for you can we do?
Had some time. Thought I'd visit the old stomping grounds. Is the captain around?
Oui.
I need to speak with her about something. Could you find out where she is?
I'll take you to her.
That's not...
Part of the job description.
Commander Michaels, Captain Michaels. I didn't know you were on board this ship.
It's Hill, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Mac is going to be very upset when he hears you had to ride the lifts with that infernal buzzing. It's louder when it's quiet.
I don't hear anything.
That's awfully kind of you to say, sir. Ah! Ha! It's louder on deck 8. We'll have this fixed by the time you leave. Can't be annoying our guests with broken equipment.
Good luck with your puzzle.
Thank you, sir.
Would you believe me if I told you it's a habit I picked up when I took command in the Basilius?
Jack, I can't help you unless you talk to me.
Don't ask me how I know that something bad is going to happen. They're threatening my family unless I help them. But I won't do what they're asking me to do. It's murder, and I won't do it.
How long have you been working for the tank?
I've done no such thing.
Jack, we know they used your access code to get the Academy blueprints.
No. No. I made a mistake.
Who did you?
Renee, it's you or my family. You've seen what they're capable of.
So have you. How many people died at the Academy?
34. So what's one more? It's you or my family. My family, Renee.
Jenny and the kids would know how to do this. Help me stop them.
My family.
Rathbone's already seen their safety.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
Take it.
Jack, We're safe.
Captain Lucas! Looks like we're on the same team.
Yay!
This is going to be fun.
You're killing me.
Captain Renee Lucas of the Odyssey, and Captain Jack Michaels of the Basilis. Captain Cannoli of the Iliad.
Adams. Captain Adams.
Keep pace with me and we'll have no problems.
She seems nice.
She set the record for the course.
Well, then we'll be in good company to do it again.
I admire your positivity, Captain.
Thank you, Captain.
I don't like you using my program to catch your assassin.
Didn't have much of a choice, Ben. Couldn't risk losing an entire ship and crew.
This is tanking my program.
You'll come up with another.
You say it like it's easy making the history books.
I don't know what you're worried about. Thanks to your kids, you're already a footnote.
Nice view.
For the ocean themselves.
He is dragging down our time.
It's a team course, huh?
I did not choose this team.
What's she trying to prove?
No idea.
Much needed respite.
Don't take too long. Captain Hahn seems to be in a hurry.
Are you feeling quite alright, Captain? You look flushed.
I'm fine. I just need a breather.
Are you still feeling positive?
Yes. Why do you ask?
Because this is only the first hill.
They picked up their pace.
Cannoli is struggling.
Captain Adams.
Yes, Captain Adams is struggling.
Captain Adams' readings are a little off. I'll have my people check on him at the checkpoint.
Do you know why everyone calls him Cannoli?
No idea, but I'm sure there's a story.
There is.
Hey, Han, hold up.
We're being timed, and I don't want to pour time reflected on the record.
We're also being judged on teamwork.
And if a team member can't keep up with the rest of the team, then they should quit.
You're stuck with us for the duration. I suggest you make the best of it.
Any luck?
What was that?
Maybe an old mine shaft collapsing? They used to have them all over the planet.
Maybe.
Whatever it was, it's close.
That is not what happened.
I saw the security video.
That is a well-deserved nickname.
That didn't take long.
Dispatching the emergency crews.
Think you can make it out of here?
With some help?
You got it.
How touching.
Just won that bet.
What are you doing?
Fulfilling my contract. I knew I couldn't count on your pretty boy over here, even with threats in his family.
You should just call me a pretty boy.
I'm glad you survived the explosion. It'll make killing you that much more enjoyable.
What's going on? Why do you got a gun?
How did you know that she'd reveal herself here?
When have you ever known me to willingly go hiking?
You said you were ordered to participate.
I lied. It was easy money. You can help me get Cannoli out of here?
What do you guys want to tell me what's going on? Is someone gonna send an assassin to kill me?
You called it. Yes, ma'am.
My probation has me restricted planet side for a minimum of 6 months. And a demotion.
You can always get promoted again.
I've been offered a teaching position at the academy. Though I don't know that people want to listen to anything I have to say.
You made a mistake. You're human. Let it go.
I almost got you killed. Twice. Once. At my own hand.
You never would have pulled the trigger.
What do you mean?
You could never have lived with yourself.
All right. So that one, where did my control go? Dadgummit.
So you could.
Hold on. I'm gonna stop that chair for a second. So that was episode 6. Here we go. I got it. Oh.
You got this.
Why? Technical difficulties. Hold, please.
So what happens when you do a no-budget commentary again?
I know, no budget. You'd think I'd learn my lesson. Gosh dang it. All right. So
You guys aren't getting paid to do this? This is awkward.
That's impressive, Sarah, because I'm not even getting paid. All right, so that was episode 6. Sarah's revealed to be one of our villains.
Bum bum bum.
Bum bum bum. Fun time.
I like the dramatic music.
Yeah. Well,
I think like I could have played the villain a little bit more dynamic. Like maybe I needed to come across like kind of like your friend at first, and then the big reveal. Or, you know, it was pretty obvious I was just a grumpy bitch.
I mean, you made some choices. We went with it. It worked.
I don't know. Are we already recording? Oh man,
we've been recording the whole time.
I just realized that probably this is PG. So anyway, I feel like Bryce's shirt sells it all. I love his right there. His shirt, his whole look.
The dress code for this fleet is pretty lax, I have to say.
Well, you know, they didn't have a big budget, so we kind of used what was available.
It's like Bryce has got the top half on and Eric's got the bottom half on.
Yeah.
And the other episodes. It's like they only had one costume and they split it in half.
Cannoli.
Yeah, cannoli. I still don't know why he's called cannoli. I never did figure that out.
that was going to be revealed in season 2, wasn't it?
There was discussion, and I was like, oh, I'm going to have to figure out what this story is of why he's called cannoli. I remember getting a lot of grief from Jan and Warren about it.
So is Bryce a good kisser here, Becky? Like that's what I want to know. You
Sarah
don't
wants
look disappointed.
I'm gonna be honest. A lot of this Bryce just did on his own. both times we filmed it. So the first time we filmed it, I don't even remember it was originally scripted. I just remember he came in, planted one on me, and I was like, "Oh, all right, we're going with it, okay." And then he just kept going. And then the whole thing with him slapping my butt and the finger down Jake's chest, that was all Bryce. 100% Bryce. He pulled it out day of, and Jake and I just went with it.
No hashtag Me Too. No. Nothing.
No, we were just before Me Too at this point. That was like 2018, so this was filming 2017. So I think, yeah. That barman, by the way, in the last scene, he really needed a few more customers because that glass was so clean by the end of the scene.
It is. It is the cleanest glass ever.
We're talking about Eric, the projection, the hologram.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we've not even got to him yet, but...
Oh, the guy in the background. You know how
the
hard
guy in the
it was
background.
to find
No,
this?
he's back. He's still cleaning that
How hard it was
glass.
to find that background?
Is this like, you know, you go to cocktail school or bartending school? Is this like this is just the lesson in cleaning glasses or something like that? Or...
You know how hard it was to find a bar background that wasn't like blurry with dancing? Very hard. That was free use? Yeah. So this is what we got. That's what we got.
Beautiful.
So yeah, that glass is very clean. They're all holograms. It's fine. They should have clean glasses if they're a hologram. And Callie.
Aww.
Yes. Oh, Emily's brick wall is gonna make an appearance. Look at that brick
There
wall.
it is.
Yes. Very nice.
Beautiful hand painted brick wall.
Oh, it's so good.
brick.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the lighting on the brick, you know?
That was not the original color of the shot. That changed.
The lovely Callie.
This whole makeout thing that happened with cannoli.
Oh, goodness.
Jake's got all the lipstick smeared. There was much discussion as how he was getting that lipstick smeared. I didn't hear all of it, but it was a discussion. Oh, goodness. That purple pipe. The purple pipe.
And once again, I'm wearing enough makeup to give JD Vance a run for his money.
You say that like it's a bad thing. No. He's bringing eyeliner back one little press conference at a time.
I don't think it should be brought back.
I think I was pulling off.
It's like I look positively yellow in this scene compared to the others. I think it was an acting choice. It was like I was feeling sick about what I was about to do to the captain. So
We can go with that, Dan. Yeah. We can make your ego feel better. We'll just go with that. It was an acting choice.
Yeah.
It was an acting choice.
Exactly.
By the way, for those of you that may not have caught on to Emma's character here, we see her 3 times over the course of 10 episodes, and every single time is in the lift. That's the only place we see her character. And usually there's some quirky music playing, but right now there's a buzzing. So she shut the music off to figure out where the buzzing is. It's just where she lives.
Her ear to the wall.
She just lives in the
lives. She lives in the lift. Unless she's been
that's JD Vance's couch in the corner there, I think, as well.
Don't touch it.
And the blinds are back.
I know.
Oh, I've been missing the blinds.
I'm not gonna lie. This is one scene. This is part of the reason it's taken 9 years. Is because every time I went to edit this scene, I got mad at the blinds. You know how many times I tried to key out the blinds? It doesn't work when the shot's moving, let alone when Dan walks in front of the camera. It was a thing. It's still a thing.
She's not stressed about it.
But you have kept on it for 9 years, which I think is admirable.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I, for one, am glad to know in the future there are blinds.
Always be aware of blinds
on the spaceship.
Yes.
A futuristic spaceship, white household blinds. Yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna come back around. Everybody keep yours. Don't get rid of them.
What I will say was the saving grace of this scene is I knew that anytime I didn't want to show the blinds, I knew I had something from Dan with this performance, which is why most of the performance is just on Dan. I hid the blinds as best I could.
You did?
Because they were not. Again, this was no budget. No budget. This was... No, I think we had the blue screen windows. I don't know why the blinds were closed.
Hey, so
Didn't have the
he
blue
killed like 30 people and then he only gets 6 months probation and a demotion.
He didn't kill them. He just helped them get the blueprints.
He had excellent character.
He just didn't know that they got the blueprints. It's fine.
He seems a little too calm, and so do you to hold that gun right at your face.
I know, I was a very calm
Stone Cold
customer
Killer.
in the scene.
That's what it is.
Your life is at risk in the show. You're like, nah.
Clearly, I have some issues. Because I'm like, all right.
If I die, I die.
If I die, I die. All right, bring it on. Now, I knew the whole time that I already had his family tucked away safe, and that's why he was doing this. That's why I was calm.
Oh no! Don't cry, Dad! Don't! You're gonna make me cry.
And we just stay on it, and we stay on it, and we stay on it. We stay on it a bit longer. Now I have to say I'm very impressed with how much the background changes, and we see all these different parts of the planet. Like considering this was all the garage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love how he's so tall and like his arms move right over my head. I don't even have to duck.
Yeah. No, it was a thing, and the best part is our director was shorter than all of us.
Yeah, I go, like they're cutting off the top of his head because he's so tall, so much taller than all of you.
Oh, I forgot he was wearing shorts for this because we that's the only time we see his legs.
Again, the leg shot.
Yeah.
We got to get that leg in there somewhere, Sarah.
All right, let's come up with a story for cannoli. What is a cannoli? It's a pastry.
Yeah, it's a pastry.
Forget the gun, bring the cannoli. No, let's leave the gun, bring the cannoli.
Grab the cannoli.
Yeah.
Leave the gun, grab the cannoli. There's a lot of things that could be. Some of which are questionable based on Megan's face. Which is where my mind started to go.
It's a whipped cheese cream stuffed pastry
thing.
Yeah.
There's some weird gravity stuff going on here because that waterfall started going back up.
You didn't even notice that.
No, stay down again.
Oh yeah, just a little bit.
Is that why he's called cannoli? Maybe it's a gravity. No.
Are we on a bridge?
Oh gosh.
Maybe it's a swinging bridge.
Waterfall.
Yep.
Backwards.
It goes down and then
it
it's
loops
gonna
back
go
up and then it comes What's amazing is how many times you and I have watched it and not noticed at all.
Oh my gosh. I probably just was trying to get it to match and didn't even think about it. Just hit reverse, it didn't even occur to me. Oh gosh, that's funny.
Meanwhile, Dan was like, "Is this an artistic choice? Is this a planetary anomaly?"
Am I back on the Australian planet with the chocolates again? Am I just getting high again? Here?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing, Dan.
How did you put that stuff into my room so I'm seeing all of it?
Oh man, the number of times he got you to crack right here.
He's so funny.
Jake is absolute hysterical. I would work with him again in a heartbeat.
I work with him as a detective, and it's always the same. I can't. It's very hard to keep a straight face when he's around. So
you gave him a lot of good stuff to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a written, dynamic that you came up with here.
It worked out well. And he's really good at the quirky, doing all the things.
Here I make a bad choice.
Yeah, you make a bad choice, Sarah.
# life choices, yeah.
Yep. Don't try to
Soon
kill.
to be followed by #consequences.
Yeah.
Ah. And we did film this 2 different areas.
That's
Oh,
a
so
good
this
shot.
is the.
Oh, was that from the original shoots? Okay, I was thinking that's been nicely green screened, and then I was like, oh no, it's
Why
real.
the color's so drastically different.
That was when I died outside. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the outside. I messed with that color for hours trying to get it as close as I could.
I was really sad the body double you had for me, like it was like some kind of like mannequin that was being thrown over a cliff. I was hoping it would make an appearance. But
We had a mannequin?
remember the mannequin or the blow up doll? I don't know what, and like you threw it over the cliff.
We might have. Now that you mention it, I think we had whatever dude's called his mannequin. I call mine Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry's in the garage.
Once again, 4 weeks has gone past because my hair has grown. It was close to a military buzz cut at the start of the episode. It's just got long. This whole episode takes place over the course of a month, so you heard it here first.
I think it's just that hair grows faster on the planet that has movable gravity. And
Oh, yes, yes.
Absolutely.
That's what we're going with.
Yes. Yes, clearly.
I gotta say, the justice is like way more lenient in the future than I think. 6 months probation, and you get a teaching job.
I mean, extenuating circumstances. They knew they threatened his family. I'm sure Renee spoke up for him.
Yeah, and you know, a British accent goes a long way in America as well. So
For now.
I get away with all sorts of stuff. So
Again, for now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. No, this one was a fun one. It was a fun one to do the shooting on both times.
Twice.
Yeah, twice. I know that end scene with Dan and I got reshot like 3 times. We had weird angles of that the other 2 times. It was just weird angles. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Well, then correct me if I'm wrong, but the scene between you and Bryce was when we had people sitting on the other side of the wall, so you couldn't use your exit. Is that right?
Yeah, that was one of those. Yeah, that was definitely one of those where we were told we were filming exiting out the door on the 2nd floor, but nobody set up the Insta wall. And so Megan's in the kitchen.
Oh, no.
Along with, I think it was Robbie. All the stuff is just piled haphazardly there on the massage table that we had for the med bed. And we had the shots of us walking right into it.
Yep. And
Nobody said anything.
There's a lovely shot where she exits and you just see me make eye contact with the camera and go, oh god. Whoops.
That's not awkward.
I'm
the
not just
blooper.
listening to the conversation.
We had a lot of those. Where people would exit. There's no Insta wall. Where the Insta wall wasn't like flat. It was just kind of haphazardly hung over one C-stand. Or there's a lamp against the mudded garage wall with a sign that says, don't hang anything on me. Like, nobody noticed this day off, apparently.
So I guess. So I know we talked about this in another episode of like stuff that we've learned, and continuity is one, but having a monitor is another. Do you think having a monitor would help catch those moments?
Probably also having a scripty there full time to notice that kind of stuff would be helpful. And we did have a scripty for a hot minute, and then that kind of fell through.
I kind of feel like knowing what we're meant to be doing would help as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a conversation about one of our directors that shall remain nameless, that I walked onto set and said, okay, figure out your blocking. Okay. Where's the camera? What are we doing? Okay. Me and the other actors are like, all right, let's figure this out.
Knowing what you're doing is an
It
idea.
helps. It does help.
Yeah. I guess
I
that's
do
one way to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do like that Becky and I had a scene with tension. I like just seeing it, and where the two female characters being able to talk, and it's not about like some like rom-com or anything. It's just women being grumpy at each other.
Bechdel test.
No, Sarah was always a great scene partner. I knew I was supposed to be irritated with her, and you brought it. And I was like, oh, I am irritated. It's so much so I forgot my line a lot.
It's just how I wake up, Becky. Thank you. Irritated.
You just use real life. That's there's nothing wrong with that.
See, I know what to do. Show up irritated.
There you go.
If that's what the character calls for, sure.
Sure.
Not all characters require irritation. That sounded wrong. Oh goodness.
I think something else I learned from watching this episode, because I wasn't a part of this, so I didn't even know what was going on. So it was all fresh for me. But the moving shot, like I feel like as nice as it would be.
Which moving shots? There's a few.
I know, the moving shot, plural, most of them. The choice I would think is if I were a director or DP and I was filming in small spaces, I'd be like, as much as I would love a moving shot, we're not going to do a moving shot. We're
going to put it on a tripod.
We're going to work with the space that we have, which is nice and stationary, everything.
I mean, we have had over the course of the what are we at? 8 episodes that we've done commentary on now. We've had some great moving shots. We've had some not so great moving shots. It's a combination, and there are some that you can get in post and you can fix. But there are things like we had a lot of gray, so we can't track unless there's something specific like a tracking mark. There's no way to track it. And if somebody walks in front of it, like Dan walking in front of the blinds where I had a few tracking spots, that ends the tracking. So we've had some good movement shots, like some of the ones in the jungle. I thought they turned out great. Gave added distance to that jungle considering we had like 15 feet. But there are other shots, like I said, that just there was way too much movement because it wasn't steady. It wasn't steady enough. Too much up and down. When you get the back and forth and the up and down, that's when you run into problems. So movement is fine if it's well planned.
Yeah, I think that's
some of our shots.
I think that's piggyback on the moving shots that worked. There was so much forethought before that camera was even turned on. Like it was choreographed.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like we had the dolly, we had the slider. I wish we would have used those more. Because had we had that slider, like in Dan's shot where he's having that big emotional thing, it would have made the shot not this so much. And it just would have been a smooth, so that we could have followed Dan back and forth. And I think it would have been a more dynamic shot. It certainly would have made it easier for me to green screen out those blinds.
The forever hatred of blinds.
Listen. On a spaceship 300 years in the future, yes, there will forever be a hatred of the blinds.
People have got a job still in the future, though. That's kind
All right. So anybody who's planning on turning their house into a spaceship to film over a course of 2 years,
get rid of your blinds. Blue screen that.
No blinds.
Blue screen it.
Start with blue screen.
Foam board, blue screen paint, magnets. 9 years
things
later,
you can
problem
do.
solved it. It only took me 9 years.
I will say, like, thinking about the course of time that, like, this was filmed over, like, I admire your tenacity and your diligence to get it done. I also feel that watching it and thinking, like, looking back at myself at this point in time, I remember some of like personal struggles I was going through and just how self-critical I could be. And then like me today looking at that just thinks like, oh, she's good. Look at it. She's fine. She's gonna make it. Like her skin looks good. It's okay. So it's kind of neat to just remember like to have self-compassion as an artist, as a creative, of like, you're probably doing a lot better than you think you are. And you're going to thank yourself to never give up and never surrender.
Well, we're all on a journey to somewhere as well, so we have to kind of start somewhere with whatever that is, and just kind of come wherever we are to that thing. So, I'm proud of the work, and it's a snapshot of a time in life and I had a lot of fun doing it and made some great friends and stuff. So it's
Well, I mean, as we talked about on one of the other episodes, there's a scene. It was episode 5, and I remember this because I remember this scene. I remember the day we filmed it. We all had stuff going on in our lives, but whenever I see this specific scene at the top of 5, I remember that morning. And it was because I had gotten the phone call from my brother letting me know that their foster son was going to live with his birth family, and they weren't going to be able to adopt him. And that hit me right as everybody's arriving for filming that day. So I could not go melt down. I had to keep it together. And Walt saw me because I had tears coming down my face because he was looking for me. He had a question. And I came down and I'm trying to pull it together. Yeah. And bless his heart, he noticed something was wrong right away. And he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No." And I told him why. And he's like, "Okay." I said, "I'm going to go take a minute. And then we can get the day going." And I came downstairs, and that was my first scene of the day, was this scene with Haley, where I've found out she's alive and it's a whole thing. And I was able to use the emotion I had, but forever when I see that scene, that's what I'm going to remember, is that feeling.
Yeah.
And so we all had stuff happening on different days of shooting this. And for me, my big takeaway was, no matter what's happening in life, I can still show up and do my job.
Yeah. Well, I think it's showing up for yourself as an artist, as a creative, and to begin the journey or keep on that journey that you've already started.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I appreciate the fact that you all have taken the time to hop on this and watch it, and especially since it was no budget. It's not anything like, woo, we're going to make millions of dollars, but it's something that we did. And it's huge. Yeah. And thank you for your patience over 9 years. I fought with blinds. Because it's something that I know I've learned a lot from. And, I know everybody's been asking over the years, is that done? Is that ever going to be done? So no, I appreciate
That's a massive achievement to actually finish it.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about the other commentaries. It's so many people, even with a 5 or 10 minute short film, don't get it done. So to finish a 10 episode science fiction season with green screens and everything else, effects and whatever, is huge.
Yeah, on no budget.
And there's constantly, there's a ton of artists that go around saying, well, I would do this if I could, but sitting down, writing it, figuring out how to get all the people involved, let alone finishing anything. So it's such a big task to trust not only yourself, but other people with. So.
And to get to that point of completion where we can watch it and everything, that is like Dan's saying, massive accomplishment.
Yeah.
It is. But it's the one thing that I've learned from Fleet in general, but just getting to know Becky specifically, is like, if you want to do it, just do it. Just do it. It doesn't matter how long it takes you. If you want it done, just do it. It'll get done.
Yep.
So.
And give your younger self a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I keep thinking. And be nice to yourself now, because one day you'll look back and be like, it's okay. Oh my word, it's okay. You're around good people. It's going to be okay.
Am I right in remembering that this whole process was what led to you starting to drink? I think because I know you were teetotal when I met you, but I'm pretty sure by the end of this we were sitting down to.
Can we blame the show or can we blame our friendship?
I did not drink during the show.
No.
While filming, or
No, I mean by the end of the.
You know, we don't talk about these things because I don't know who's gonna be watching this. Emily, if you're talking,
Emily.
you're on mute. You've muted
I'm
yourself.
on mute. Dogs. I was trying to prevent dogs from showing up in the commentary. I think one thing to nutshell like all of this discussion is like there's a motivating phrase that's just I bring up all the time to myself. It's if it's important to you, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse.
Amen.
And this is like this whole project is Becky living that and breathing that, you know, without even ever saying it. She wanted better acting gigs with better dialogue on the way. She wrote it. She wrote it. She wanted a space saga and she wrote it. She wanted, you know, to give opportunities to other people to also have different dialogue and experiences. And people said yes because they also wanted that. And then she needed a spaceship, so she used what she had, which was her house.
Yeah.
And then yeah, the editing, the post was a whole monster and of lessons in itself, but like you finished it. You kept going back. You didn't give up on it. Like so many people would have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The editing may have been what.
I think
the shooting while it was stressful, that was the fun part.
Sorry, Becky. Sorry for your alcohol addiction issue now. I know it's my fault. I know. You know, we all together now. 3, 2, 1.
Damn it, Dan. Damn it, Dan.
Dan's fault, all of it. Even when he's not there.
Yeah, I was responsible. I was responsible for everyone's bad take on that, so I take full responsibility.
I think this is so incredible. Like, if anything, like I hope this gains just a little bit of attraction just for the sheer tenacity of this project.
Yeah.
Like the story of the making of this and the finishing of this is almost as good as the story itself. And though the project in its like, you know, screams no budget, it's still got a good story, it's still got a good cast.
Yeah.
And still got good memories. And so like I'm loving it. I'm gonna like I can't wait till they're all posted and I can just like binge watch them.
I would like to add to that, like having a female assassin. Thank you for like giving opportunities for women to play roles that are not like just. It's not just like, oh, I hope that I get this lover or this guy to like me, and I hope I like you. It's just like, well, you know, these are more gritty characters. Characters have layers, and then done before the Me Too movement. So there was, you know, free reign sexual harassment by Bryce, and it's something for everyone. I just kind of disproved my own point because I don't like.
Don't cancel Bryce.
We would never. He brings so much.
When
but it is
work with Bryce, we just go with it. He is a partner that I know I never know what to expect, but that's what makes the scene interesting.
I think in addition to Scripty, next time around we need an intimacy coordinator as well.
Especially for off-the-camera conversations.
Yes.
Only where you're involved.
Yeah.
Or Melissa.
The eco porn conversation was will live down in infamy. You were saying something.
No, I think like I'm kind of like making a joke of my own that like the serious nature is that it is nice to see women in power roles, and it's not at the expense of men of others like male characters because Canoli he is the comic relief, but it wasn't like Becky's character needed to make Dan's character look stupid. These were equal characters that were fleshed out, fully developed. They're having conversations, conflicts on equal terms. And so I think that that's what I like is when there's those balance of dynamics where the female character isn't in a position of power making the man look stupid or vice versa. And that also you see women having conversations that are dealing with like conflict that actually has stakes in it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I could write a weak female character. Maybe
I don't know that I could suck. I'm Becky.
No, I'm only brilliant.
No, I just like weak. Like I don't think I could write what we typically see because I hate it. I don't enjoy weak female characters. I want female characters that give the actors something to do.
Well, yeah, it's
also,
like
you write what you know, and so if you have female friends, you're looking around at your friends and who inspires you, and you go, I don't see that person on screen, but I'd love to give them a chance to say something.
Yeah, it's just like that. Somebody else was talking, I can't remember who, but like they always see females on screen, and they always there's usually a line that's like, "What do we do now?" And
Reese
they were like,
Reese Witherspoon.
Yes, and she was like, "Have you ever met a female that didn't know what to do next?" Like, we just have it together. So it's unrealistic to have those female characters that are just like out in outer space and they don't have things together.
Well, it's unrealistic, but it's also not unrealistic because there is the whole dynamic of trained helplessness or something like that, where eventually like women don't start out not knowing what to do, but they get dismissed so much or get told that they're only allowed to do these things that by the time they hit a certain age, like they don't know how to do a lot of stuff, and you're like, you ever ran across that in your life? Nobody let them. So then all of a sudden they're helpless without realizing that they can actually critical think things through. It's still there.
Well, I mean, we lucked out a lot with casting. Everybody that said yes, especially the men like Dan, because they were very chill and down. Like, I mean, episode 3, for Pete's sake, Dan's in it with a bunch of women. Had a great time.
What a horrible day for Dan.
Right? But that's the thing. Like, you all worked so well as a team. Like, a lot of the times when you see a guy in a show with a bunch of female characters, the dynamic is very offset. And in this, it wasn't. Y'all were equals.
Oh yeah, I didn't. Not a single time did it dawn on me that it was Dan and a bunch of girls. It was a crew on a planet. That was
I'm sorry. I'm better than Dan. I'm just saying. I'm better than Dan. He's not my equal.
I see him raise his eyebrows.
We're gonna end up with the middle finger again.
Last. Just first, but last as well.
Damn it, Dan!
Damn it, Dan.
Both middle fingers, the whole series. Dan. No, we lucked out, and I'm thrilled to hear that people felt like the female characters were empowered because, again, I'm not interested in writing the female character that's like, oh no, what do we do? It's been done.
But and again, like I feel like the key is that it's not at the expense of any other person. Like I felt like Dan was fully present in the scenes as an actor, as a contributor. The Canoli character, he was clearly comic relief, but it didn't feel like anybody's character was at the expense of somebody else playing less than, or something like that. And and who could stop Bryce? Like Bryce is like, this is what I'm bringing.
Yeah, that's Bryce.
Yeah,
that's why he works all the time.
I think the reason why like your female characters are so strong, and the and they hold up against the male characters who are equally as strong. I think, to me, what's happening is you have well-developed people that are there for a reason. Like, that it's not just like I don't need just a pretty face over here, Dan. I don't need like I don't need a comic
I
relief.
feel like there's a power imbalance in this commentary. You get everything screwed before.
People weren't
Dan
there
and a bunch of
to.
women again.
Yeah, nobody was filling space. They were all there for a reason. So I think that makes a big difference.
No, I mean, I like writing real characters. And Walt said it the other day in one of the commentaries that, like, Renee is just surrounded by quirky characters. And that's, I mean, we've got Eric with his bandolero tool belt, and Emma in the lift. That's the only place we see Emma. We've got Jan and her twin, polar opposites. Like, I really lucked out with the casting of all of this because all of you caught on to who that character was. And I'm very grateful because you all brought something to it. You brought your quirky to Rivera. Dan brought his very British self to.
Yeah, I want to say, if it hasn't been said yet, even though this is a no budget production and the set looks the way it is and the editing looks the way it is, the acting was not no budget. Like, that was high caliber. You should all get paid. We should all get paid for how awesome we showed up. Seriously.
The acting is definitely no budget. Like, whatever line you're able to deliver with any modicum of authenticity on film shows at least like a month to several years of effort on some level.
No, that's one of the neat things about going back through the editing, because even though the shots may not be great or the camera's moving, like, those performances that people gave are amazing. And there's moments of just realness throughout every episode. You know, I mentioned the other day with, like, Noah was one of my favorite people to cut to. Because there was always something. I knew if I was in to see with Noah and I hated my performance, I could cut to Noah. You know, as an example. You know, Dan always gave options. Like that scene I cut together today for episode 3. There were multiple options there. Granted, some of them had a car through them, unfortunately. But the option was great. Other than the car. You know? I mean, it's been that way with every single person that participated. I always had options. The limiting factor was if we had a car or a plane, or the camera shot was impossible because the door had an issue, or we weren't paying attention to what was in the background. That's where we ran into the issues. It wasn't the performance.
Yeah. I think I truly enjoy like all of this so much, and I'm really excited for people to see the whole story because I loved it from the beginning of it. Like, I was like, I am so like invested in this journey of Renee. Like, I like the character, I like the arc, and then everybody brought it. I don't know how many things I've watched where it could have been good, but the acting was off, and I'm like, it takes you right out of it. And so,
no, you all brought it as actors. Some of the dialects may not have been as strong, but you all brought it.
But I think that could have been the gravity on the planet that caused the hair to grow and the dialects to
the waterfall to go backwards.
Yeah.
You know.
So we can justify that.
I apologize for how fake my British accent was.
Yeah. Damn it, Dan.
Oh my goodness. On that note, first episode will drop April 4th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'm dropping them 2 a week. So 1 and 2 will drop the first week, that first Friday. The next week it'll be 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. So for 5 weeks every Friday, we will drop 2 more episodes along with the episode commentary. Because this is priceless. How many times can we get "Damn it, Dan" in the commentary?
Oh wow, you could count it. Oh,
yeah.
Have the damn it, Dan
A running count.
A drinking game. So take a shot every time someone says "Damn it, Dan," and we'll see who's standing at the end of it. For those of you who don't drink, it's to catch you up to where Becky is now. So.
I'm so worried that there could be somebody in rehab watching this going, "Damn it, Dan! I just got
Listen, if you're in rehab, water works great too. So does berry juice.
Hydration. This is a great game to hydrate.
And it's the last person who has to go to the bathroom.
That's right. Who's bladder strongest?
Oh, I have a tiny bladder.
I would lose so fast. I always have to pee.
Astronaut diapers.
Just so derailed. It's the best though. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody. Any last minute thoughts here? We're good?
I think so.
Damn it, Dan.
Just had to get one more in for the road there, Sarah. Love it. So yeah, thanks again, guys. I appreciate the time and the support and the conversation on this. Last commentary is Friday, so you'll get an email reminder.
What time is it? Let me make sure I have it in my calendar correctly.
Let me look at my post-it. 6 p.m. your time, Emily. You're still in Utah?
Yes.
6 p.m.
Are you?
Oh, see, then I have it here at 6:30. What is wrong with me? Okay.
Well,
I just love that anyone watching this commentary is going to get all of this crap as well. This is like none of it is polished. We're just this is us, and we somehow managed to make something. So
that's a miracle. Yep. It's a miracle.
Becky is the only one with a head on her shoulders that's hurting all his cats. Like what?
What? Sorry, I'm just here for the commentary, so I don't know if I could. I may barge in on Friday if I can, just to, because I'm only here for the fun, just to have a conversation.
No, we're doing episode 7 and 10, so the final episode is Friday. So if anybody wants to join, you're welcome to. Anybody that's on Zoom right now.
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah. Mountain Standard Time, yes.
If you need it, not
5 p.m. my time. 6 p.m. y'all's time.
Am I in any of those? Because if I'm not, I'll come.
I think you have one scene.
Okay, I might.
It'll be your best scene.
Hey, well, no, we've already established that what was it? Episode 8 was my best performance.
Yeah, he's not in it at all. He's like, my performance was great.
He's 100% believable.
Always.
I believed he was not there at all the entire time.
All right. On that note, folks, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes,
Good seeing your beautiful
you.
faces.